Good evening and welcome to the Mantino Village Board meeting for Monday, February 7th, 2022. I'd like to call the meeting to order, and tonight we have with us the Arrow Light Den Boy Scout Troop number 385, who is going to present the flag and do the Pledge of Allegiance. So, ladies and gentlemen.
May the audience please rise. Please remove all unauthorized hats. Color guard attention. Color guard forward march. Halt. Prepare to post colors. Post colors. May the audience please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Right hand salute. Scout oath.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
Scout law.
A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
About face. Forward march. Halt. You may return to ranks. You're dismissed.
Good.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you guys choosing us and coming tonight. If we get to the public participation portion of the meeting, if you've got any questions, you're more than happy to answer anything that we can, any questions that you might have. Roll call, please.
Boyce?
Here.
Martin?
Here.
Dole? Here. Crockett? Geske?
Here.
Phillips?
We have a quorum tonight. As always, we begin with the approval of the minutes tonight. In everyone's packet was the regular board meeting minutes from January 18th, 2022. We also have the special meeting minutes that were passed around earlier before the meeting from our special board meeting that was held on January 31st, 2022. Hopefully everyone has had the opportunity to review all the minutes. Is there any changes, additions, deletions, corrections? Seeing none, I'd accept a motion to waive the reading of the minutes and approve them as presented by the clerk. Motion by Martin.
Second.
Second by Boyce. Roll call.
Martin?
Yes.
Boyce?
Here.
Dole?
Yes.
Geske?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Mayor, the one item, I'm not sure on the voting on the special minutes, does it have to reflect your vote of yes as well?
I'm sorry, what?
Would you have to vote? Would you have to vote because you were...
On the
For
special.
the approval of the minutes, I don't think so. I mean, as long as we had 4 votes for the minutes,
It's
I had to vote.
It's not reflecting on here, or at least I didn't see that's reflecting your vote, but
It is.
it is, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's reflected. A motion passed 6-0, including vote by Mayor Nugent. Phillips
All
absent.
right, I was looking down below at the bottom where it had that.
Public participation. Is there anyone that would like to address the board? Any questions? Seeing none. Village President's report. Just a couple comments about the snow event that took place over the last couple days or the last week. It was the first large snow event that we've had this year. Jim, did you have any issues or problems or anything that, I know we talked this morning at our public safety meeting about the possibility of changing our ordinance on the parking for, after snow, because it's pretty confusing about odd days and even days, and the parking of vehicles on the streets is, kind of causes a problem. Any other issues that you guys had during the course of the time, of the snow?
No, I think it was pretty successful on our end. I know a lot of the streets were pretty clean in the afternoon, and there were some challenges, I think, on 57 and 50 where, with the blowing snow, but I think we had a pretty good outing, and I think the roads were in pretty good shape. I think there was maybe a few accidents in town, most of them were outside of town, so the guys did great, and worked out well.
Good, the equipment, everything worked fine?
Yeah, just a couple minor issues, snowplow shoes and stuff, but otherwise it was
Good.
all good.
Well, I say hopefully I don't know, well, we don't know what the weather is, a lot of it will melt hopefully before we have another one, but, it's nice to see the streets taken care of and everything done as good as possible. If there was any damage that was done, any mailboxes that got hit or knocked over that haven't been reported, you can report them to the Public Works Department. Anything that was caused by the village at some point in time, we have one.
I have another, just a comment.
We've had,
the ice rink is probably closed for the foreseeable future. It's going to be 40 degrees on Friday. We lost a lot of ice last week with the snow, and it just didn't work out. So we'll see if we can get it going, but maybe next week.
Yeah, I looked at the weather before it came, and it looks like it's supposed to warm up in the next couple of days. So, and even on some days when it's below freezing, but the sun's shining, it beats right on there, and it makes it difficult for to keep it in good shape. So the ice rink is closed for the time being. I have nothing further. Village Administrator's report, Mr. Larock.
Thank you, Mayor. I just have one item tonight, our latest Mantino Manners video. So.
Welcome to Mantino Matters, where we share a quick rundown from the village of Mantino. Today we have Superintendent of Public Works, Jim Hanch, with us. Jim, what do you got for us today?
I'm out here at Legacy Park at the ice rink, and when the ice is good enough, we go out to Tony and clean the ice. Snows, we go and brush all the stuff off of the ice. We do have a open and closed sign on the door. There's open. There's a switch to turn the lights on and off at night. They'll stay on until midnight, and then we have a time when that's the park, the lights down at night. Careful and respect others when they're on the ice rink, and have fun. Now we're over on Division Poplar, and so everyone, pedestrian crosswalk lights that we upgraded. Before we would have our crossing guards with the lights on, no control. Now they can do that, and we can have pedestrian access point where they can hit the button, and both sides of the street, the lights will be flashing. Help safely walk across Division Street. Projects we got going on in Legacy Park concession stand. Contractors, Main Street, we're looking to upgrade on the sidewalk and change up the parking lights. Sidewalk out on Main Street. We're looking to add a path north from Cook Street to Division. Path from the north side of town. We're doing a slight remodel on the inside, adding another locker room for some police officers. Open up a freshening up, painting and flooring.
Thank you, Jim, and thank you to your entire crew for all the hard work that you do throughout the holiday season and the entire year. And now, a word from one of our community members.
My name is Eric Peterson, and I am the founder of Project Headspace and Timing, which is a nonprofit that helps veterans get together with other veterans and also kind of brings them together with their communities. I was born and raised in Kankakee, and then I moved out to Limestone, and then I moved to Mantino 15 years ago. Initially, it was my now wife that brought me to Mantino, and then I think it was that first Oktoberfest that we went to, because the apartment was off of Birch Court, so we could walk to Oktoberfest. And that was the first time I've really ever been to Oktoberfest, and that was one of the things that really kind of set the tone, where my wife and I were just like, all right, we're gonna stay here for a while. They're continuously trying to build, trying new things, having new things. Like, we have a love wall. Come on, do a love wall. Like, who doesn't want that in their downtown? We have a significant other, their family. Like, you don't want to walk down a really nice, beautifully lit park that has banners of military veterans hanging everywhere, and then see a wall where you can buy a lock and write something on it and then put it on a giant metal sculpture that says love on it. Like, that's amazing. One of my favorite things is seeing all of the innovative ways that our town grows with the times, and all the things that they try to add, that they do add, to make the town more appeasing to families, to all demographics, really. I traveled around the country for several years. I went to a lot of towns, almost every big city, and honestly, none of them gave me the same feeling, the same sense of home and warmth that I got when I would walk around downtown Mantino. Just, it feels good. It feels like you're home.
And remember, Mantino matters because of you. Visit villageofmantino.com and follow us on Facebook.
That's all I have this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Rock. Committee reports tonight, Public Works and Utilities. Mr. Boyce, you've got a few items.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. My first item is Resolution 2124, a resolution approving professional service agreement with Navani Engineering in connection to providing professional engineering service for the South Creek Drive Share Use Path. As Jim touched on it in the thing, it's another part of our little path thing that we're trying to connect all these different parks, and just another extension to it. My next item is Resolution 2125, approving professional service agreement with Navani Engineering in connection with providing professional engineering service for the Main Street beautification project. That's another project that we're talking about doing downtown and trying to, beautify downtown again.
Yeah, we're talking about the possibility of expanding the sidewalks and having more room on the sidewalk for, for outdoor entertainment, outdoor dining, and that type of thing. And so this is the first step in the engineering process for that.
It's been talked about in many of our meetings, so good. And next item is Resolution 2126, approving professional service agreement with Navani Engineering in connection to professional engineering service for the new Public Works facility project. That's our new Public Works that we're in design for, and excited to get that rolling. My next item is a motion to award the bids, Packet 1, for the new Public Works facility project to J&A Steel Mitchell Fabrication for a cost of $1,589,500. My next item is a motion to award the contract for the Legacy Concession Stand for the electrical work for KPI Electrical, Kankakee, Illinois, for a cost of $62,560. And my last item, we got a lot of stuff going on. A motion to award the bid for the contract for the Legacy Concession Stand to HVAC, to G Heating, Air Conditioning of Mantino for a cost of $22,185. That's all I have, and my next meeting is on the 22nd of this month at 7 a.m.
Yeah, like you say, there's a lot of different things going on from downtown to Legacy Park to the Public Works facility, and we've got to get all these contracts signed and going now, because especially this year with all the different supply chain issues and problems, in order to be able to get anything done this summer, get things done, in a timely fashion, a lot of the stuff has to be ordered for, a long time in advance. So we're lucky to be able to get some of this stuff taken care of tonight. Thank you, Mr. Boyce. Properties and Recreation, Mr. Martin.
You done? Now, we don't have a lot going on, but Jim, March?
Yes, sir.
Okay, our real next meeting for Parks, we don't have any old new business, but our next meeting is going to be Wednesday, on March 16th at 7 p.m. here, and Jim will call it, and he'll be here fast enough. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Martin. Public Safety and Health, Mrs. Dole.
Thank you, Mayor. I don't have any action items on the agenda tonight. My next public safety meeting will be on March 9th at 7 a.m. here in the Village Boardroom. And for some reason, I lost my safety tips. I can't find them on my phone, so I guess we were going to talk about...
Everybody's got to fend for themselves.
Oh, darn. What are we going to do? We're going to talk about the snow ordinance and all where the park, and all of a sudden I can't find it, so...
Thank you, Mrs. Dole.
Technology. So.
Planning and Zoning, Mr. Crockett, he's not here tonight. He has one item on his agenda, which is Ordinance 2123, an ordinance amending Title 8 Building Regulations, Chapter 1 Building Code by changing Section 8-1-7A2B fee breakdown and 8-1-8 inspections for the municipal code for the Village of Mantino. Ryan, you want to update what that's all about?
Every couple of years, we take a look at the state's averages for price per square foot for new construction homes, and we adjust it accordingly. This year was a small increase. It's still kind of in the middle between the state average and the lower end of things. And the other portion of that is our inspections will be increased by $5 to $40 per inspection. Once again, we look at other municipalities in the area and see what they're paying their inspectors, and we feel that it needs to go up compared to the other towns. So just a small increase that we, as we stated, every couple of years we take a look at these fees to make it so it's within the market. So.
Right, and especially with construction costs changing as much as they have over the course of the last couple of years, we've got to keep them updated.
Yep.
That's the only thing that Mr. Crockett had on his agenda. He does have a Planning and Zoning Committee meeting scheduled for Tuesday, February 22nd at 7 a.m. here at the Village Hall, and the Planning Commission meeting for February has been canceled. Finance, Mr. Geske.
Thank you, Mayor. The only item I have is payment of bills in the amount of $227,551.60, which includes TIF bills in the amount of $2,500. Between board cycle, we authorized and paid $43,396.89. Our next Finance Committee meeting scheduled for March 9th at 7 a.m., and that's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Geske. General Government, Mr. Phillips is not here tonight, but he has nothing on his agenda. So the items that we'll be voting on in the consent agenda are as follows. Under Old Business, we have nothing. Under New Business, we have Resolution 2124, which is a resolution approving a professional service agreement with Novotny Engineering in connection with providing professional engineering services for the South Creek Drive Shared Use Path. Item number 2 is Resolution 2125, a resolution approving a professional service agreement with Novotny Engineering in connection with providing professional engineering services for the Main Street Beautification Project. Item number 3 is Resolution 2126, a resolution approving a professional service agreement with Novotny Engineering in connection with providing professional engineering services for the Public Works Facilities Project. Item number 4 is Ordinance 2123, an ordinance amending Title 8 Building Regulations, Chapter 1 Building Code by changing Section 8-1-7A2B fee breakdown and 8-1-8 inspections of the Municipal Code of the Village of Mantino. We also have a motion to award the bid of package number 1 of the new Public Works Facility project to J&A Steel Mitchell Fabricators of Limestone, Illinois, for a cost of $1,589,500. Item number 2 is we have a motion to award the contract for Legacy Park concession stand for electrical work to KPI Electric of Kankakee, Illinois, for the cost of $62,560. And item number 3 is a motion to award a contract for Legacy Park concession stand HVAC to G Heating and Air Conditioning, Inc. of Mantino for a cost of $22,185. We have a motion to approve the payment of the bills in the amount of $227,551.60, of which $2,500 are TIF bills. Are there any items on the consent agenda that need to be voted on individually? Seeing none, I would accept the motion to take a single roll call vote of the question of passage of the agenda items as read. Motion by Martin.
I'll second.
Second by Dole. Roll call.
Martin?
Yes.
Dole?
Yes.
Boyce?
Yes.
Geske?
Yes.
Motion carries. I'd accept the motion to approve by omnibus vote the ordinances, resolutions, motions, and orders contained in the consent agenda as read.
I'll make it.
Motion by Boyce.
Second.
Second by Geske. Roll call.
Boyce?
Yes.
Geske?
Yes.
Martin?
Yes.
Dole?
Yes.
Motion carries. You got a lot of contracts and a lot of stuff to get approved tonight, but that also means that there's a lot of activity that's going to take place over the course of the next several months. It's hard to believe with the snow piled up on the ground now that construction season is not that far away, but we wanted to get everything done as soon as we could. So, Mr. Boyce, you have any comments on anything from tonight?
I just want to say, Jimmy, nice job with everything, with plowing and everything. I know Ryan filled in, I know Chris filled in, plowing and stuff like that. It's pretty much a team effort, so really appreciate all you guys' hard work. Also, I'd like to say thanks to the chief. If you only knew what he does, like our meeting this morning, it's just amazing, how things it's things we do behind the scene with your task force and stuff like that, it's kudos, you got a great staff. And then the last thing I got is, that was awesome today, guys. It was awesome, totally awesome. I can't say anything better than that. It's just, it doesn't get any better. Thank you so much. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Boyce. Mr. Martin.
Jim, thank you very much, and you all are welcome anytime. So thank you for coming. That was spectacular. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Mr. Martin, Mrs. Dole.
Well, just so I didn't miss my safety tips, I found them.
Okay, all right. Well, we're gonna live safe.
So, I'm going to go on. Since we've had our first big snowfall of the year, it's a good time to remind residents how this impacts where and when you can park on village streets. Here is the Village of Mantino's snow ordinance, in case you forgot or just didn't know. Yes, there are some odd and even dates as well as side streets, plus 48-hour rules, but let's make it really simple. If your car is in the street and it has snow piled around it, dig it out as soon as possible and move it to your driveway, a cleared parking lot, or a cleared area of the street for the day, as it may be a few hours before the plow comes back. Down the street and clear the area where your vehicle was. Please follow this simplified rule so Mantino Awesome Public Works Department can get all the streets cleared. Here are the actual village rules for parking. Parking restrictions shall be in effect for the entire village during any snowfall that accumulates to the point of requiring plows to clean the streets. On odd days, vehicles shall be parked only on the side of the street. Whoops, here we go, wonderful technology. So since we're, way to go, Diane. So anyway, we're going to dig it out as soon as possible, move it to your driveway, a cleared parking lot, or a cleared area of the street for the day, as it may have a few hours before the plow comes back. All right, so we already did that, excuse me. So parking restrictions shall be in effect for the entire village during any snowfall that accumulates to the point of requiring plows to clean the streets. On odd dates, vehicles shall be parked only on the side of the street with odd numbers buildings. On even dates, vehicles shall be parked only on the side of the street with even numbered houses. Odd or even dates shall be determined by 7 a.m. and run until 7 a.m. the following morning. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Ms. Dole. And we spoke about that this morning at our meeting because, it is kind of confusing, the odd days, the even days. Our address system throughout the village is not always consistent in every block, and so we're going to look at, potentially trying to adjust those and change those. And talking with the chiefs this morning, I mean, we certainly, enforce it, but we do more of the enforcement by actually going and knocking on people's doors and asking them to move the vehicles. I mean, I don't think you probably, did you do any, you didn't do any ticketing, did you? And we don't want to do that. I mean, the whole gist of this ordinance is to keep the streets clean. So with any cooperation from the citizens to be able to move their vehicles, we'd certainly appreciate it. And I think that, next year, we're going to have a lot more easier to understand ordinance than what we do with the odd and even and the times and, what side of the street you're on, what color your car is and everything else. So hopefully we'll be able to come up with something that's a little more easy to understand. But bottom line is, if you're parked in the street, get it moved shortly so they can plow around it and do as good a job as they can.
Just be courteous, right?
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Dole. Mr. Getzke,
Thank you, Mayor. Just echoing everything Tim said. It was a great job, everyone. That's it.
Thank you. And also the thing, I want to say thanks to the scouts for being here. We certainly appreciate them coming and sitting through the meeting and listening to all the stuff. Some of it, I'm sure is probably not the most interesting things that they want to be here, but we certainly appreciate them taking the time and the ability to come and do the pledge for us and lead us in the patriotic things that they do. We've got a pretty active scout group throughout the community. I know that they were involved in some of the snow plowing operations that took place over the last couple days. I know that in the summertime, they're the ones that are doing the raising or putting the flags up throughout so many people's yards. So if anybody's watching this and they have interest in participating in those activities, they can call the village hall and we can forward them the numbers of who to get a hold of for all the different scout activities that are taking place throughout the community. So thank you very much for choosing the village board to come and do this honors tonight. I have nothing further, so I'd accept the motion to adjourn.
I'll make that
Motion by Dole, second by Boyce, roll call.
Dole?
Yes.
Boyce?
Yes.
Martin?
Yes.
Geske?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you very much for coming and for watching.